Hello, I'm Sophie Conran. Welcome to my flat in London. Welcome, this is the hallway and it's pretty vibrant. When you come in here, it just makes you feel alive. People comment on it, they're like, wow. First of all, I got the carpet and I had lots and lots of colours of carpet. I went to Chelsea Design Centre and I picked the little wool samples and I would remove things from time to time. You know, the greys all went first, the sensible things disappeared, and I had a bright green and I had this, and everyone was like, no, don't do it, which made me want to do it even more. So I ended up with this incredible coral colour, which I absolutely love, and it's one of my favourite colours. I was judging the Red Carpet Awards, which is for the carpet industry, and there was one image of a hall that was red carpet with red walls. It was that moment that it clicked. It was like, that looks really great. I really, really like the way that works together, and it's possible. The light, classic chandelier, and when the sun comes down in the afternoon through that window, the whole hall is filled with rainbows. So it's absolutely magical, and they go into the kitchen on the pink walls as well. At one point this kitchen was yellow. It was bright yellow, sort of that yellow with black. And we painted it pink. I was going to paint it nice, sensible greys, but I was sitting at the kitchen with my daughter and a friend, and my daughter said, she was probably 7 or 8. She said, oh Mum, boring. I said, okay, what colour do you think? And we had a box of Miffy tissues on the kitchen table, and she pointed to them and it was bright pink. So we took the box of tissues to the paint shop and we got SheerLuxe to mix up this colour, and it's been this colour ever since. Table and chairs are, surprisingly enough, from the Conran shop, and they are Saarinen tulip chair, classic. I think I've probably had them for about 15 years as well. Practical, nice, modern, lovely, lovely curvaceous lines. I like them, and they're light. So I've used white in here for the table and chairs to lift it. I've got open shelving. I like to be able to reach everything. Hooks along here to hang everything. I mean, easy shed. I did say it's a shed. It's not a showpiece. It's a kitchen for me to work in. It's a kitchen for us to relax and have a nice time. These are the same cupboards I had when I moved in. I've just painted them and changed the handles. I've got some amazing artwork. So over there's a piece by a chap called Eduardo Palozzi, and he was a teacher of my dad's at art school, and they became really good friends, so he was around a lot when I was little. I love it. I love it. I've had really, really happy times here. The kitchen and the sitting room were closed off. There used to be a door here, but I closed that up and opened that up, and it gets used. It never used to get used at all. So really, really, it changed the whole feeling of the room actually, because of adding the light from the west. It was kind of quite grey and dark, but having that light coming in there, it just makes it feel light and airy. And I chose to do it in optic white, so everything is optic white. Because of it being a big room, I wanted it to feel big. And the big pieces of furniture I've also done in creams, so they don't dominate the space. So you still get that feeling of like, wow. The cushions are tonal colours in different weaves. So you've got big weaves and smaller weaves. Just for that interest, instead of using a pattern, I wanted to bring interest through colour variation and weave. I've done my books in a rainbow. Because I'm dyslexic, I remember a book by the colour of its spine, and my brother had done it and I just thought, God, that's so good. So I copied him. I've got wonderful curtains in a cream raw silk, which again have a lovely light that comes through them. 3 big windows, light from the west, big bright artwork. I'm very keen on pop art, particularly British. This guy's British, Patrick Caulfield. The floor is from a company called Walk on Wood, which is local to here. It is a lovely parquet in oak, which is traditional for parquet, but they've used a lime finish. Sometimes with oak you find it goes quite orange after a while, and that's what I had before, and I had it redone and they sort of bleached it and limed it, so it's got this lovely grey tone to it, again very soft. These sofas I've had since I moved in, and they were designed by my dad, so very fond of these. Flowers from my garden in the country, round, light. I like the idea, it's a memory thing, it's the moon. When it's on at night, you feel there's a kind of moonlight quality to it. When I started my business, I started it here on a table that was across here. And then I was expanding and I bought a little tiny flat next door and knocked through, and we've put my study in there. It's a very peaceful space, it's kind of pastel colours. And when I was designing it, I was doing lots of mood boards, and I was obsessing on a picture by Cecil Beaton, which is all of taffeta ball gowns in pastel colours. I really wanted to do taffeta curtains, and I had them all hanging up, and then one by one they got excluded because I looked at them at different times of day, and then one stuck, and it's this amazing peach colour. And they're all padded, so they're actually like ball gowns. They're padded taffeta and they've got pale blue lining. And then I was doing wallpaper as well with a company called Art House, and the wallpaper is one of my very first wallpapers, and it was inspired by Japanese kimonos. So it's the iris, and we did it in lots of different colours. Again, a round light. I had this one made by a company called Rainbow London, and they're based in Fulham. And it was all handmade in Italy, so each piece is an individual flower. You might have noticed there's a large sewing machine up there. My aunt lived in Paris, and she was an antique dealer, and she used to travel around France collecting antiques in her little van. She's a formidable, amazing, amazing woman. She used to work with my dad at the Conran shop. She used to be the buying director. And then she had her own shop called Few and Far, and she carried on collecting things from France, amazing antiques. And I bought it there. So it's, you know, a special piece. He had an art show. I bought that piece there from one of his young artists. And I thought it went really beautifully. And the colours, and it's quite Japanese, so it went well with the wallpaper. But he said, can I store some art between shows? And he put that piece in here. And I just thought, well, it just needs to live in here because it's got all of those amazing tones. It reminds me of the dawn. So it's that kind of awakening moment. This kissing sculpture is by a chap called Andrew Marvell, and he does beautiful, beautiful bronzes like rabbits and birds. And he did this, and I got it about the time that I got married. I just think it's really sweet, and it's timeless. There's a sort of timeless quality to it. Depending on how we're getting on, I can move them farther apart or closer together. We have got a chair here. It's the same chair that my dad had in his office when I was little. His was black, he's still got it. And we used to go and visit him when we were teeny weeny, and we'd always go and spin in the chair and have a great time. And it was the first piece of plastic furniture ever made, and it was made by sitting in the snow. So it's a Scandinavian design. So it's very moulded to the body and really comfortable. And my kids came into my office and span around too. So it's kind of nice continuity to it. I like it because it's a bit like a boxing glove as well. I like the way it's all, the seams are done. Well, you won't get any points for guessing where we are. We're in the nice, calm bedroom. It's made very quiet by having lots of upholstery. So thick carpet, armchairs, ottoman, nice plumpy bed with curtains, nice padded curtains. So it's quite a quiet room. So immediately that relaxes you. It's very light, it's very serene, but I wanted to have some colour, and I've chosen very cheery yellow because it's like sunshine. When you wake up in the morning, you want sunshine. And one of the best things I think I've done in here is line the curtains with yellow. So when the sun comes in, and this is east facing, so the sun comes up on this side, even on a grey day, light comes through the curtains and the whole room glows. So it's a really, really nice way of waking up. And although we're in London, because all you can see is treetops out of the window, it very much feels like the country, a room where you feel time goes slower. This is a very special piece to me because it was the first piece of furniture that my father made, and he made it for his own mother. I'm very pleased to have it. It's where I do my makeup every day. So I've got several points of light, all on dimmer switches around the place. It's very controllable. Obviously I need to try and do my makeup without smearing lipstick all over my face, so I can have high, then I can have it quite low in the morning when I'm just waking up. When I was little, I always used to draw 4-poster beds. It was my princess bed thing. And my brother Jasper used to draw them for me. He's the most incredible draftsman. Another obsession is bed linen. I don't know why, but I love bed linen. And if I see a special piece of bed linen, if I'm traveling, if I'm in Portugal where they do amazing embroidery, or New York, or I'll pick up pieces of it. And it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. And we have recently launched a collection of bed linen, which I'm so excited about. And we get it made in Portugal. We've got a scallop. The white is on here with a flat sheet and square pillows, and it's embroidered around the edge. The way I make my bed is I always have 2 squares. So we've got a place in the country where I've got 8 bedrooms, so massive places to play with. 2 squares at the back, then Oxford pillows, and then I always have a flat sheet, and then a duvet on the top and fold over the flat sheet. We stayed in an amazing house in France once, and they had the bed made like this, and I was like, bed goals. So I've taken it on, and that's what I always do. So we're in the bathroom. This is my bathroom, and this most special thing in here is the bath, because when I bought the flat, I got quite a lot of things from a reclamation yard called Lascaux's, which was in Old Street at the time. And they had been refurbishing the Savoy. I've used marble, classic, you know, since the Roman times. And then the colour on the walls is my favourite watercolour. It was a particular shade that the bath water goes sometimes that I wanted to recreate. I've got collections of mocha-ware jugs, and again trying to bring colour in with candlesticks and candles and artwork. And then I've got this little chair, which is I think it's 19th century, and it's used for correction. So it's to correct your posture. So if you sit on it, you sit up very upright, and you can't slouch. So that's what it was for. It was for naughty slouchers.